Chapter 11. Gender Studies. Here in Sweden we have something called the National Secretary for Gender Studies. This is a place where, the great minds plan how to incorporate these gender studies in universities and schools, so that citizens and students are incorporated in the gender studies somehow, and to create new jobs for those working with these gender studies. And from this I have personal experience, as I have been working in one of the universities here in Sweden. I had to take a course that was needed to be taken. And in this course I got to learn how to, think about gender and how we treat people. Because, people can't treat other people fairly and respectfully without someone from the gender studies telling them how to think about things and how to examine situations and people. And in this course, the material that I got to browse and take part of, I didn't like it very much because it seemed very, dumbed down. And from the material, you could not draw any, factual conclusions, because the goal of the course was only to make me think about this stuff. I don't have to make a conclusion that's gonna help me understanding how to treat people fairly or equally. It was mainly to get me to think about this kind of stuff. And also, I had to put down my opinions on the subject and different parts of the subject, and hand this in to the university. So there they have this kind of database of personnel at university and what they think about this gender studies. I'm not sure why they would want it, but I can think of a few sinister reasons why it's a good thing to have. Yeah. And these gender studies, sorry for incorporating it into this chapter perhaps, but as of lately here in Sweden we have had a huge focus on children's sexuality.
Har ni några sådana barn här som är könsöverskridande?
Ja, absolut.
And for some reason it's very good for our children to think about their sexuality and to think about others' sexuality. It's good for them to partake in perhaps a pride parade where they can see and notice other people's sexuality. And it's good to get them to be involved in the discussion about how sexuality function and what kind of role sexuality plays in our society. And of course here in Sweden we put our tax money to good work, so our tax money goes to surgically change children's genitalia and hormone treatments for children who are confused about their sexuality. And perhaps they are confused because of all the different discussions and debates. So perhaps we get to fix this problem by some tax money in near future. We'll find out, I'm certain. And we have some interesting new environments for our children. Preschools that have a whole new model of the gender roles and everything. Perhaps they find obligation in putting down toxic masculine behaviors already in school, and the opposite for perhaps good female behaviors.